Hey guys, this is Bear Gaming and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we will discuss about 5 more useful tips that you must know, especially when you are a beginner. If you want to check out the other 5 useful tips that we already discussed before, you can actually check this in my YouTube channel, which I also created a playlist especially for Brown Dust 2, so you definitely have to check that one. So to start, the first useful tip is the rice. I made a video about where to use rice, how to use them, and which you can also check that from the Brown Dust 2 playlist that I've made. Rice is like a stamina, like I would say, where you need to burn that in a daily basis. So you can just go to the Path of Adventure cartridge, and that's where you need to use the rice, so you'll be able to farm for either slimes or gold coins. So here we are in the slime area. So you can see on the upper portion of the screen, you can see I have 38 over 40 rice, and also I have plus 24, and you really don't have to mind this one. This actually changes as long as you have the 40 over 40, and let's say you have additional more rice like what I have here, 24, you can see it over here. So it's like the storage or additional rice. So I think they already changed how the rice regenerates, because before it usually was just like in a few hours you come back to Brown Dust, then you can farm for more here in Path of Adventures. But this time I think they regenerate upon reset, so I think that's 3 a.m. here in Philippines, or was it 4 a.m. So they changed the time of rice regeneration. So you can actually buy for more rice, and they also have changed this one, because before they used to have steps in order for you to buy rice, and as the steps go higher, the price also gets higher. But I think this time it's fixed to 170, and you can buy the maximum of 10 rice per day. You can see here, daily limit 10 times, which is actually more convenient compared to before. So all you have to do is just participate any of the battle here, just approach the enemy, the battle will start, and for every battle you consume 1 rice. So let's try that. You can see the enemies over here. So just approach one, and you can see it's already -1. So that's how you do or consume rice here in Path of Adventure. And also, since we are already here in the battle, let's just proceed to tip number 2, which is battle formation. So you all know that for every character or hero here in Brown Dust 2, they have a specific skill. And also, if you check closely, this skill will let you know which path of attack will they take. So I'm not pretty sure or familiarized with the terms, but in my own term, I call it path of attack. So let's say for Cry, he's the first one to attack, right? And you get to choose any of his costumes. So currently I have 2 with me. The first one is this one. The path of attack is like an X mark. He attacks the center as well as the upper left, upper right, lower left, and lower right. For his second costume, the path of attack, it's like a horizontal line, 2 tiles only, center and on the right side. So with this path of attack, you get to see the placement of the enemies also, and you get to know, well, what I'm trying to say is you first need to check the enemy's formation over here, and based on the path of attack of your particular character, you can see which enemies are going to get hit. So since this is an X mark, you can see the center is here, the upper left referring to this one, the upper right here is empty, but you can see the tile is in the red mark or red line. So therefore, if there is an enemy over here, therefore it's going to get hit. The lower left and lower right refers to this one and this one. So currently this one is also empty. If you happen to change the camera, see, it's empty. You can actually, well, this is actually a 2.1 tip. You can change the camera angle so you can clearly see the enemies, so you can really strategize your characters on how they attack. So let's say for the second character, this is Wiggle. You can see the path of attack, it's a plus mark. So definitely the enemies that are going to get attacked is in the middle, this one over here, which is empty, over here, here, and here. If you're going to press that one, you can really see which enemies are going to get hit. So don't forget, you need to press the skill in order for you to activate it. So for Alec, his path of attack when it comes to his skill is like a vertical line, 2 tiles. So if you're going to press this one, you can see the enemies that's going to get hit is here and here, and so on. So for every character, you have to check out the path of attack of their skills so that you can strategize and check out also the formation of the enemy so that you'll be able to understand which of the enemies you want to hit. And as much as possible, if you want to do it like all of your enemies are going to get knocked out in one turn, that would be really good. So after commencing, just press battle start and you'll see what will happen. Also, what happens if your character was able to kill the enemies right away? Of course, sometimes the path will change. So I was saying that let's say your Cry was able to hit all of the enemies and they were all dead. Of course, the next one who's going to attack will look for the remaining enemies who are still alive. So that would kind of change the path, but still, as long as your first and second move were able to kill almost all of the enemies, that's already a good sign. So you really don't have to mind about Wiggle, because if you don't use him, he actually like does kamikaze, so it's like self-destruct. So whenever he attacks and use his skill, he vanishes. But you can use them on the second battle. So that's my second tip for you, is to strategize based on the battle formation. You really have to check the formation of the enemies and also your formation, and based also on the path of attacks your heroes will use, especially when they are using skills. In that way, you'll be able to wipe out your enemies in one turn as much as possible. Now, for the third tip is the SP usage. So SP usage is like skill points. Okay, let's just first finish the battle. Okay, now the battle is done. We're going to look for another enemy. So the third tip is SP usage. You can see on the bottom portion, you can see this diamond shaped dots. These are called the SP. So for every character, they use SP, especially when it comes to the skill. For the normal attacks, they actually don't use SP, but they gain SP. So for this one, for Cry's skill, you can see SP use is 4 dots or 4 diamonds. So therefore, you can see the 4 diamonds just lit up over here. Let's say the second one, this is Wiggle, and if you're going to press the skill, or if he's going to attack the enemies using his skill, he's going to use 3 dots. So therefore 1, 2, 3, 4 from Cry and 1, 2, 3 from Wiggle. So if all of your or most of your enemies are, if all of your characters or allies are going to use skill, therefore they are going to use the SP skill points. For Alec, it's 4. So we have 4 more left to use. So it's either you can go for Gray, is going to use just 3 SP, or if not, you can go for Latel, he's also going to use 3 SP. So if you're going to use the skill, you will end up with 1 more SP left. So let's try and attack our enemies. So once you are going to do skill attacks, your SP will be used.
Wiggle!
Okay, so unfortunately, they defeated all of the
大したこと
enemies.
はないな。
But let's start another battle. So let's say you're just going to use one of the characters with skill and the rest is going to do normal skill. So what happens is, let's say Wiggle is going to attack and therefore you're just going to use 3 SP. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more left. So let's start the battle.
Wiggle! Wiggle!
Just look at the SP bar here. So whenever your characters do normal attack, they will actually gain 1 SP. So that will be enough for the next turn, and for those heroes who haven't used a skill attack, they'll be able to do it. So Wiggle was able to use the skill attack, and you can see our characters are just doing the normal attack, therefore they are gaining SP. Okay, this time you're going to use SP. So if you're going to use Cry and use this skill, see? The 4 dots have lit up, meaning you're going to consume 4 SP dots or 4 SP. Let's say we're going to use all of them. You still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SP remaining. Okay, so that's basically how you use SP. So whenever you do skills, you consume SP, and whenever you do normal attacks or basic attacks, you gain 1 SP. That's our third tip. Now for our fourth tip is about auto battle function and auto conversation function. So for auto battle function, actually over here, if you are in Path of Adventure, you can see this button over here. So if you're going to press this one, they will automatically look for active enemies. And then, when you are here, inside, so I'm just canceling that one, that button on the lower right portion of the screen, when you are in Path of Adventure, it's like your heroes automatically look for active enemies in order for them to start the battle. So once you are in the battle, you can see this on the upper right portion of the screen, the first button. If this is in auto mode, therefore they're just going to do it automatically. So it's best if you are if you have heroes that are really strong and they are capable of doing auto battle, and that would be really efficient, especially if you have like something else to do and you just want to do auto farming, auto battling over here in Path of Adventures. So therefore, the auto battle function is really useful for you. So let's say if you are going to do this in auto battle, just start this one. So you see the button, it's spinning, so therefore the auto battle function is active.
Yeah. これも仕事だからな。て。ウィークル。
So if you just leave the auto battle function, they will just keep on battling. So there you go. That's the auto battle function. So over here, if you want to do this automatically again, just press this one. You can see they are actually looking for the enemies. I just stopped there because actually we are going to the fifth and last useful tip for the day. All you have to do is like over here. I'm just going to a certain village. because our fifth tip for the day is to check the villages or houses for items. You can actually get stuff there, like coins, sometimes diamonds. It's really useful. It's like we are doing foraging. So let's say you are in this particular village. So all you have to do is just manually control your characters, make them walk. Let's go to a certain place. Okay, here in the pub. So you can just approach any of the furniture, let's say, over here, and you can see it's like lit up. All you have to do is press this button and you can actually check for items. So I think I already got the items here, so when that happens, I think they won't give you any more items again. But let's say if it's something that you haven't checked it before, you can get something like coins and even diamonds. So see, I'm not pretty sure if the items tend to regenerate again, but I think there are some places or things that I've already checked, they don't give me anything anymore. But just like that, you can see we just got some coins. So it's quite simple. Just go to any of the items, just walk. If you are really not doing anything, just approach any of the items. See if we can look for more things. Let's say this one. Let's go to this house. I think this is Lathel's house. So you can just approach items and stuff. Like this one. See? So whenever you approach an item and the edges of the item or the sides of the item just lit up, all you have to do is press this icon, the hand icon, and you can get something. So that's our 5 basic tips for newbies. So first, let's just do a little recap. The first one is the usage of rice. Just use rice in a daily basis because that's really important. If you are new to the game, you really have to make your hero stronger. And don't forget, based on the other video that we have or we created, just build your characters wisely. It's best if you are going to build 5 characters at a time because, you know, materials for building up characters tend to be scarce here in the game. So just use wisely. So our first tip is the rice. The second one is the battle formation. Just to be aware of the skills, the path of attack, the formation of the enemies, the formation of your heroes and stuff. Third one is the SP usage. So when you are going to use SP, or sorry, if you are going to use skills, therefore you are going to consume SP. And if you want to gain SP, just do basic attacking. The fourth one is the auto battle function. You can do that in Path of Adventure, so that let's say you have something else to do, you can just let your characters do auto battle. Just make sure your characters are strong enough, because if you are going to end up dead, therefore it's kind of useless. So the fifth one is check the villages or houses for items, because you will be able to get coins and stuff. So that will be all, guys. If you have any more tips for newbies that you'd like to add, just put them in the comment section as soon as I upload this video. Just give your suggestion there in the comment section, and yeah, we can do a part 3 for 5 tips useful for newbies. So that will be all, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe to my Twitch channel, YouTube channel, and also give my video some love by liking them if you want to, and I will see you again on the next video. This is Bear Gaming. I hope you all have a great day.